1, 2, 3, 4. What's up, besties? Welcome back to another episode of IEM Besties. I am your host, Stephanie.
Hey guys, and it's Isis, and today we're here with the owner of Kandy Cocktails.
Woo!
Kandy, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. I'm so excited to share some of my story and some of the cocktails that I have been creating in the past month.
Do you mind me asking how old you are?
Yes, I'm 27 years old.
Oh shit, super young.
Mhm.
And when did this journey kind of start for you?
So I started Kandy Cocktails 3 years ago, and it has been such a crazy journey for me. I kind of had this idea to start a cocktail business, and I just went for it. I actually started as a mobile bartender.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do that. I swear to God, I always wanted to do that. I've always said, like, I want to do a mobile bartending, but only because I want to be like those stripper bitches that, like, just get tips and they're just serving some shit.
Yeah, the tips are good, except for when you show up to a party and there's like that one drunk Theo and you're just like, what the fuck, man? Like, go back to your wife, you know? But so I did that for a year. I was doing mobile bartending, and I would post all over the media, and it just kind of went viral for me, and I kept growing. And then one day this senora, she like messages me and she's like, I love your cocktails so much. Like, would you be interested in teaching me how to make a cocktail? And so I kind of ran with that idea, and I rented out this really small studio space in downtown Riverside. And I told my mom and my dad, like, I really want to start a mixology class. Like, I think it would be cool to teach these people how to make cocktails, make ambiente, and do like a really fun experience, like a social experience. And so my mom and my dad, they helped me. They helped me build the bar out of like recycled material in their backyard. And I was like in this small 300 square foot room, and I would teach 6 students at a time how to make my cocktails. And I would change my recipes every weekend. And it was crazy. We would get drunk, we would laugh, like we would make friends with each other. And slowly and surely it started to grow. And we have around 1,200 students a month now.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and people just come and they party it up, and we have a good time, and they go eat tacos after.
I'm like, that sounds like a class I need to take. One that I could drink in. Like, come on, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna pass. Like, if the drink is good, I'm gonna pass. That sounds like an easy A for me.
That's awesome. And you and that all happened within 3-year span, or how long did that take
Yeah,
you?
so during the pandemic,
It's always during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I
Pandemic,
love
baby.
that.
Yeah.
I love what the pandemic did for entrepreneurship.
it's crazy actually. So during the pandemic, I kind of like stopped. I've always had a marketing job, so I was like really into marketing, and I decided like I'm gonna do something else because I had just had twins. They're boys.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. And I decided that I wanted to do something that was more freeing to me, freeing to my time. And so I decided that I was gonna do this like mobile bartending thing, and I started posting my recipes online. And I think because so many people were home and they had so much free time, getting fucked up was like the best thing to do during the pandemic. So I was like posting recipes all the time, and people were just like really vibing with it. And I think that really helped my platform grow in that like small amount of time.
That's cool. Did you like have bartending experience prior to that?
No.
You were just like,
No,
fuck it, I'm gonna start doing
yeah,
it?
so I would get my cousins drunk at home. I would like play bartender and like be that, I would be like the little show for my cousins. And I always experimented with different liquids and experimented with spirits. And I've always loved the kitchen, so I would start making my own syrups and stuff like that. And I felt like I had enough knowledge, like learning from YouTube and Pinterest, that I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go hard.
Right.
And it just kind of like exploded from there.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Cause I always hear like you have to go to bartending school and shit like
Yeah.
that. And I'm like, lately I've been like, that's why when you messaged us, we were all kind of like, well, we had just wanted to do a class like that. And I had always been like, okay, I want to get like, cause right now I'm in my brain, I'm like, I want to get licensed in everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I can go to bartending school just to like have random hobbies. So I was like, I can't, and I want to apply to jobs right now. So I was like, I don't want to be a bartender if I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
But most bartenders I know don't know what the fuck. Like I'll ask for a drink and they're like, okay, yeah.
What's in that drink?
Like tell me, because I'm not even gonna fucking look it up.
Yeah. I think I feel like with any hobby that you're into, if you're really passionate about it, you don't really need school in order to be successful in that field. You know, there's so many ways to educate yourself now through the internet and through your peers and people you meet along the way. I've met so many amazing bartenders throughout like my 3 years of having a business that they've taught me so much more from their experience that I don't think I would have been able to learn like working somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
And then because I didn't have like that real training or experience, like I really pushed myself to be more than a typical bartender. Like I wanted to be an elevated cocktail creator, you know, I wanted to get into mixology. Like I wanted to be that chef type of deal when I was like creating a cocktail. And I think people really see that when they like follow my journey and they see like all of my recipes, and I share my recipes for free online to people, and I tell them like, this is how you make a syrup. And so people go home and they make them and they use them for other things, and their family loves it, and it's a fun time. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. Honestly, I'm like, what was the first drink that you made that you're like, that you made your own recipe and you're like, oh, this is the one?
I think palomas. I started
Palomas?
making flavored palomas, and I was like,
Ooh, what
people need
flavor,
a-
girl?
mango?
Yeah.
I love mango
That's a seller for me.
palomas. Yes. It's the tahine and the chamoy.
Ooh,
Yeah.
God.
Have you guys been seeing the memes where it's like, it's hard to take somebody serious when they're eating they're drinking a margarita and they're like licking the rims. Like,
You're all just like, or you're trying to have a serious conversation, but you have a margarita and you're like,
Yeah, You're like, can I look them in the eyes? I don't know. Like, I don't know how they're going to interpret that.
You're like, my mom just died. You're like licking your cup. You're like,
No way.
You have some like on your like, oh.
yeah.
So have you like tried any drinks? Like, what was the most challenging drink for you to like make? Or are you more like a gin? Are you more like, since now you're a connoisseur, right? Like now you're no longer like me that I'm only ordering like an adios motherfucker. Like, you know, I'm trying to get it done. Like, what is your I always will drink vodka. I always drinking tequila.
I am a tequila girl for
Tequila,
sure.
oh
My
my
family is
God.
from Jalisco, so I love tequila, and I have a really hard time. I have a really hard time experimenting with whiskey. I feel like it's an acquired taste. Whiskey is just like, oh, like those tragos amargos, you know?
I don't.
Yeah. But I love a good tequila. I love gin because gin is so like herbal based. It's not too strong. You can always mess with the notes on it because it's so soft to the palate. But tequila is my go-to.
Yeah, if I'm trying to get fucked up, I'm drinking tequila. I can't even drink vodka. I feel like since Coachella 2020 or 19, yeah, no, I cannot drink that shit. No.
You know, since when I can't drink vodka? Since the whole DJ Khaled craze. Where he was like selling Ciroc all the time. He always had like the flavored Ciroc. I went hard on those. And I was so young that I was like pounding bottles because I was like, oh, they don't taste like anything. And after that, I'm like, yeah, fuck vodka. That shit is disgusting.
Do not bring me no fucking Ciroc apple.
Yeah, exactly.
I will literally gag. I mean, maybe if it's in the drink, I'll pass it. But yeah, no, that was the one at Coachella.
Do you I feel like something interesting that you said was that like you, because I love that in this age of technology, like you're still putting your recipes out there, but people still want to come to your class. Like, do you feel like you've built like an insane community?
I feel like I've built a really nice community, especially here in the Inland Empire, because all my classes are here in downtown Riverside. And I've been bringing people from different cities, towns.
Cities.
Yeah. And I feel like people are really come for the social experience. Like I have a lot of women that come to my classes alone, believe it or not, and they have a really good time meeting other women in the community. And sometimes they bring their moms, their husbands, their brothers, their sisters. Like it's a really fun class where you can learn something that maybe you already know, but because you are learning it from somebody new, it's like a different experience. And also you get to conversate with people that are across from you, and it's not like a typical educational like setting where it's like, I'm gonna learn today. It's like, no, we're all gonna get fucked up. And it's fun, you know, because you get to meet people from your hometown that you've never met before, and then you get to take that experience with you. And then you get to take the recipes home, because we do give like recipe cards at the end with all the cocktails that we made. They get to take them home, get their mom drunk, get their grandma drunk. It's cool. Yeah, I think it's a different experience, and because of that, people are building their own communities within Kandy Cocktails. We have like return students that they meet that same day, and then they become friends. And then they come to classes together the next time. Like, and it's like, it's sweet, honestly. I feel really grateful that I'm able to provide that experience for people, because I know the IE is so spread out, and it's kind of hard to find those like social experiences where it's like, I'm actually going to connect with people and I'm not going to feel scared because I'm there guiding them, and I'm very extroverted in my classes and like put on a show for them and force them to talk to each other. So it's like, it's cute for sure. Yeah.
Have you found it really empowering to be your own kind of boss? It's been challenging and empowering. Like,
it's been challenging for sure. I've dealt with a lot, honestly, a lot of hurdles throughout my experience. I feel like it's been.
Do you feel like people have doubted you?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think people have doubted me, honestly. I feel like I put really good energy out into the universe, and the universe is just kind of giving me those good people back. And I don't think I have had experiences where people put me down or like comment negative things on my post, because I never am out here putting, like content that's out to like single people out, or like, I'm like really about building community. And I think people see that. Yeah. I don't think people. Thank you to everybody that hasn't done anything mean to me so far.
That's awesome though.
Yeah. And honestly, I've had a lot of people come to me and tell me like, I want to start a business just like yours. And I am always so giving, and I give so many people advice. Here's how to start a mobile bartending business. And I give this advice for free. Like, people message me every single day, and they're like, I have a lot of people on the East Coast that message me, and they're like, you inspire me. I am a single mom as well. I really want to start a mobile bartending business, because I post a lot of my journey onto my media, and I post my kids. Like, my kids come with me to work. They come with me to pick up all my inventory, and that hasn't been, I feel like that's where I've struggled the most, is like finding the balance of how to become a successful business owner, but also like be a good mom to my kids and include them in everything that I'm doing. And I grew up in like a lower class family, and I used to go limpiar casas with my mom, and like that really taught me how to be an entrepreneur, like going to people's houses, and repartiendo cartas, because my mom didn't know how to speak English, like, and helping my mom and translating for her and helping her grow as I was a child, like seeing her grow, like that really put into perspective once I was ready to start my own business, like this is how I'm gonna do it. And I honestly replicated what my mom did, and now, like, because she was a single mom and she was taking me to work, now I'm taking my kids to work, and I really hope that they pick up on that as well.
No, yeah, definitely. My parents are entrepreneurs as well, and lately I've been thinking back to because they have restaurants, and my mom used to lock us in the stock room because she didn't have babies. She didn't have money for a babysitter. And I remember when I was young, I thought I was so badass that I had access to like a back room. Like I'd be like, oh, all these people, like they can't come in here, but like I'm in here. And now I think back, and obviously at the time I didn't know that it was because we didn't have anywhere to be. But I'm like, wow, like I definitely think back to those moments, and I'm like, I'm so thankful that my mom still like found a way to kind of keep us entertained, even in a moment where she really, I mean, she was so young. She was like 21. You know, it was me and my brother. So I'm like I love thinking back on those memories, and I honestly have no doubt that your kids are gonna feel like that too. Especially like you said, like your energy in your job is so like loving and caring. Like they're gonna absorb all of that.
Yeah, I really hope so.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love entrepreneurs, especially women, especially Latinas, especially from the IE.
Right. Props to you. Yeah, I think hearing your journey about like my mom used to clean offices when she first came to this country, so she would also take us like overnight, and we would just be like sitting down while she's doing the offices. And I feel like in a way, kind of you hearing your story, it's like your mom was preparing you for what you were today, like the knocking on doors, and it's like now you're doing that through social media, you're knocking on doors and you're building your own community online. So it's really awesome that you can kind of walk away and be like, she really set you up. She really set you up for success, That's why you were doing marketing. The marketing, what kind of marketing do you do? Like social media marketing? Or?
Yeah, so I was doing a lot of marketing for like tech companies and a lot of e-commerce companies. And so I was more involved like in the back end, like working SEO, and building the back ends of like actual
software
businesses.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Dang, I love it. You're like a Latina breaking into a bunch of different spaces. Yeah,
I feel like that.
Yeah, because I think too, even like the tech world is not something that's always like Latino friendly, or even people of color friendly, and even in women friendly. I do have some friends who are in the space, and it's really hard to break into that. I feel like it's a lot of what you know, and I feel like you've been building it. You've been doing it who you know, and being able to kind of build off of that and make Kandy Cocktails.
Yeah.
Where do you kind of see this going in like 5 years?
That is a really good question that I haven't thought of. My dream job is to be a professor at a university. Before I had my kids, I was actually going to go get my master's, and I wanted to go get my PhD. And I love communications, so I studied communication, and I was really good at it. I did speech and debate throughout my entire university career, and I traveled a lot with my university, and so I feel like that's where my extrovertedness comes from, because I have that experience where I was in an educational setting, and half the time I didn't even know what the fuck I was debating about, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna say whatever comes to my mind, because it's kind of how the game goes. And I don't know where I am going to. I just kind of landed on Kandy Cocktails, and it grew so fast that I was like, I'm just gonna keep going with it. And I'm so passionate about it. But I don't know where.
You're just a badass. You're just a badass all around.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're killing it. I love that.
And your kids are how old?
They're 3 years old. Yes.
Oh my God. 2021.
2020.
2020.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were born. Yeah, they were born during the pandemic. Crazy time to have kids. What the fuck? Yes.
Were you able to have like somebody in the room with you? I know some people were like they know like be in the room. Yeah.
During the birth.
During the delivery.
Yeah. So it's crazy during the pandemic. If you had a baby, by the time I had the twins, I was able to have one person in there with me, which I did. But then my kids were preemies, so they were in the NICU for like 2 months, and I was only allowed to visit them once a day for 30 minutes for 2 months. And then when I finally got them and I was able to take them home, it was like, I was so like shattered by that time, but I was like, dude, thank God I get to take these little, like, they were so small. They were like 3 pounds or like little tiny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was
And was that Was that like, I'm so sorry for cutting off. Was that like complications because of the fact that you were having twins?
Yeah, typically when you have twins, they're shorter term. Yeah, because they're just like you're growing so much, and typically like you're having one child, so you can bear one child for 9 months. But if you're having two, it's like your body can only take so much, you know?
Oh my God, that's so crazy. What did you not expect? Like, because I feel like having one kid is different, but because they say the biggest transition is not going from one kid to two kids, but from 0 kids to 1. And did you go from 0 to 2?
I went from 0 to 2, and what's crazy is that, okay, so I got pregnant during the like beginning of the pandemic, and I was like, yeah, maybe I am pregnant, maybe I'm not, I don't know, I'm gonna wait a little bit, like I'm not in a hurry, like the world shut down. And then nobody wanted to see me. Everybody was like, no, you can't come into the hospitals. We can't do ultrasounds. Like, if you're pregnant, girl. And I was like, yes. And so 6 months passed by, okay? Like, a month before I was going to give birth.
Wait. And you didn't know
I didn't know that they were twins.
No way.
Yes.
Wait, but your panza, was it like growing? You're like, this is bigger? Because I know sometimes some people, they grow, but it's not like a baby. Some people are just belly. Like, I have one of my sisters, she was just belly when she got pregnant.
I feel like I was pretty normal, to be honest. And then, you know, they gave me my first ultrasound, and I was like, yes, like it's, you know, I'm so excited. And then the nurse is like, oh my gosh, do you hear that? And I'm like, what's happening? And then she's like, do you hear the 2 heartbeats? I was like, oh, válgame Dios.
You're
like,
all
my
minding
kid.
The babies?
No, I was like, the baby has 2 hearts. No, there's 2 babies in there, girl.
Oh my God.
It was so crazy. So I had to experience that.
I feel like y'all should sue. Like, all the pregnant women during the pandemic should get together and sue, because that's insane
a class
to me.
action.
Because even my sister-in-law, she's pregnant right now, but she moved to Texas, and because she's so far in her term, nobody would see her.
What? Yeah.
They're like, no, you're just gonna have to come to the emergency room when your like water breaks. And she was like, sorry, bitch. Like, you guys need to get me a doctor and an appointment. Like, that's insane to me.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine during the pandemic, especially because I would be panicking if I knew something was growing inside of me and I didn't know what it looked like, or like
what was happening.
Yeah, exactly.
I got lucky. They usually do like tests, like run tests to see if anything might be like going wrong. I didn't even get any of that. So I'm just really lucky that my kids are okay.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is so scary. I feel like that's such a crazy time, huh?
That's the American healthcare system for y'all.
Wow. I'm like, seriously, that's why there's such high like infant mortality rate, because people don't take care of like pregnant women.
Are your kids identical or fraternal?
They're fraternal. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
do they look alike or different? Because fraternal means 2 sacks, right?
They can look alike, but
they
don't
look
always.
a lot alike.
They look a lot alike? Okay.
Yeah, people are like, they're identical. I'm like,
listen, idiot.
Yeah.
This is what it means.
They're fraternal.
I actually just learned what it meant. I didn't know, because I just thought fraternal, like I knew it was different back, but I was like, oh, they're still like the same person, and they're not, right? Like, it's like if you had any other, like my sibling, like me and my brother are essentially as comparable as fraternal twins, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I used to think fraternal was like boy or girl. Like when I was younger, I used to like, oh, they're fraternal twins, because I would always say boy or girl. I'm like, oh yeah, it does make sense, but yeah, no.
Do they have like twin stuff though? Like, do you feel like they have a lot of similarities?
They have like their own little language, and they fight over everything. Honestly, they're siblings, they're brothers, so they kick each other's ass, and they love to wrestle. They love the dinosaurs. All the boy stuff, they love it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute though. I love babies, and I especially love other people's babies.
Yeah,
like,
you could go back.
Yeah.
Were you expecting boys or girls? Were you like team boy, team girl? You're like, whatever, lo que caiga.
Yeah, I was like, lo que caiga.
Lo que caiga? Yeah, I love that. My family took all for the woman. My best friend, shout out to my bestie Shanti. She's pregnant right now, and I was like, oh my God. I kind of felt, and she had felt like it was going to be a boy, and I'm like, I'm gonna just wear pink on her gender reveal, because that's just gonna force her to have like a girl, you know? Like, well, it didn't work out, but it's cool. I'm still excited for the baby, so I can't wait for baby to be here. Come May, baby coming soon. Not mine. My best friend's super.
A Taurus baby.
A Taurus baby, and my best friend, she's a Taurus.
Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
I love Taurus
Okay.
women, so I think Taurus women are elite. Shout out to my other bestie.
I am a
And my
Taurus.
cuñada. You're a Taurus?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
I
a Taurus.
love Taurus. I'm an Aries.
You're an Aries?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
She's a Leo.
I'm a Leo.
A Leo, my kids are Leo.
Hey,
Oh,
what's
I
their
love
birthday?
it.
August 2nd.
That's so close. Mine's the 9th.
Oh, the night.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Yeah.
That's so
I
cool.
love Leos.
They're already stars within themselves.
Yeah.
I know they don't fight. They're just that's how they play.
Yeah.
No, for real, because me and my little brother will talk, and my dad would be like, "Ya cállense el hocico," and I'd be like, "Ya no estén peleando," and I'd be like, "Girl, we're literally just having a conversation right now." But it sounds like we're fighting. Maybe it's a Leo thing.
And sometimes you're fighting, but that's how you communicate, right? I feel like that you don't have a sibling really if like you're not getting each other's fucking greñas and ready to fucking kill them, and then the next second you're like,
I love you.
I love you. Yeah, literally, that's how it is. Do you have sisters, brothers?
I have a sister and I have a brother, yes.
Oh my God.
And my sister also works with me, and she helps me do administration for the business.
Oh, cool.
And we're always fighting about clothes. And we're adults, and we live in separate houses, but we still like, I go to her house and I steal her clothes. She comes to my house. She steals my clothes. It's like, it's a part of it. It's like growing pains. It's never, I hope that when we are viejitas, we're still doing the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you the eldest?
I am, yeah, 7 years older than her.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So she just turned 21, and
so now she can enjoy the party for real.
she knows how to party. She's been 21 since I was 21, so she was 21 when she was 16. But she is really cool, and I love working with her. So we are a family business. Everybody that works with me is very, very close to me. My girls that work with me, we're just a big family, and so I really love that too.
I love that. Is your team full of like women?
Yeah, we're all women.
Shout out to Viv.
Yes, shout out to Vivi. Vivi, she is the left side of my brain and the creative of the company, I feel like, and I met her when I was 14 years old. Yeah, and we have been friends for a really long time. And
How'd you guys meet?
Yeah, how do we meet, Vivi? Soccer.
We were bench warmers together.
We were on the soccer team.
I only did it because I wanted to travel. Like, I just wanted to go on the bus and, like...
I was always so jealous of that you guys got to, like, leave class and, like...
We were horrible at soccer, though. We were so bad.
We were true bench warmers.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys made the team.
We did. We were really good at running, though, so that's probably why they got us. They're like, si se cansan las otras, metemos a estas. Yeah, but...
Do you have any, like, funny soccer stories that you guys remember? Like, anything?
I don't know. No, I feel like high school was such a blur for me because like I was just like going through so much at the time with like my family situation, and so I don't really remember much of that time in my life because I was like just so innocent and like trying to get by with my life. And yeah, my mom had got deported in my high school, like in my time frame of being high school. So that was very hard for me, and I was in fight or flight, and I was flying the entire time in high school and just going through that and trying to be there for my family. And yeah, it was hard, but you know, I loved soccer. I love Vivi, and we're here now. And my mom is here too. She has her papers. Hey.
Thank God. Dang, I feel like no one really talks about, you know, you're the older sister, and I have my older sister who was 16 years older than me, and I feel like sometimes the matriarch of the family at times is the older sister, you know? Although I've always had my mom in my life, I could say my sister has been, you know, very instrumental in other things. And how was that experience for you? Did you have to kind of step up to the plate and fill that role?
So it was very interesting when my mom got deported because we kind of always knew that this was coming. My mom, she started investing in houses, and she came... she like her first job in America was like at Del Taco, and like became managers for Del Taco and was like this superstar. And then she had a social security, so when she came, she was in that time where you can still get a social security and a license. And so she started investing into houses like with her Del Taco money. And
entrepreneurial.
Yeah,
it's in your blood, girl.
She's an entrepreneur for sure. And I think like the government kind of started catching up on her. They're like, okay, this lady, like she's up to something. And so we had lived in this little trailita when I was little, and they had came to look for her the first time, and they were like, yeah, we're looking for so-and-so, my mom. And but we left. We went to go live with like a family member, so we left that house. But like, of course, my mom was still renting it and stuff. And then time came, and we lived in another house. And that at that time, I was in high school, and ICE came like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and my mom always prepared us for this moment. And she was like, yeah, she was like, un día va a venir inmigración y el día que vengan, ustedes no hablan español, no hablan inglés. Like, ustedes nunca vayan a hablar inglés en frente de a los que vienen. And we're like, okay. And so she is like very political, this woman. She's very smart. And so when they came at 2 o'clock in the morning, they took me, my sister, and my mom to a detention center. And we were just in jail with my mom, me and my sister, even though we were born here in America. But that was her whole plan. She was like, no nos van a preguntar si tenemos papeles. Y ustedes son nacidas aquí, entonces cuando they find out, I'm going to call my lawyers and I'm going to sue ICE because they are detaining you guys illegally. And
so they didn't even ask. They literally just showed up.
No, they just showed up. They took us, and they're like, these little girls, they're, this is their mom. They're illegal too. They don't speak English. That's,
God.
So they took us. And my mom was like, I actually want to speak to my lawyer. My daughters have been in jail with me for 3 days. Like, I really, like, I think it's time for me to talk to a lawyer because you guys haven't even asked if they have papers, which they were born here. And so that was like a whole thing. They started panicking. They were like, fuck, we fucked up. So they let me and my sister out into the street. They like released us. It was like early in the morning, like 3 a.m. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have jackets. Like, we've been in this detention center for a while, and then they let us go. And then my sister was probably like 7 years old and I was like 16, and I like grabbed her by the hand and walked like 5 miles to find like a McDonald's, and I knock on the door and I ask this muchacho like, hey, can I please borrow your phone? Like, I really need to call someone to come help me. Like, my she's in jail. And they're like, damn, this girl's mom's crazy. But no, she was like in the detention center. And then my uncles came to come and pick us up, and literally we called the lawyers, and then within like the week, my mom was free, and they had like settled on a deal where she would get her papers in exchange of her like not pursuing legal action. And so that was a process of 1.5 years, and then she finally got her papers. No, so she conned the system.
She's a genius.
No, for real, that is so crazy. Like, the fact that your mom really, really sat down and thought that through is so crazy.
Yeah, she like expected it to happen for years, and we're just like, when the day comes, like, she kind of always prepped us for that, and we're like, yeah, the day's never gonna come, and then boom, the day came, and we're like, fuck. And
no, the fact that she knew that they were gonna be fucking idiots because they're dumb as hell.
Yeah.
That's so, wow, like, that's a really, really incredible story.
Yeah, so it's just, one of those stories where it's like, I wish it could happen to everybody. And we're very fortunate that, those were our circumstances.
Yeah. I feel like what people don't talk about, when we think about immigration, is the fact that here in the United States, immigrants, people want to fight and say that you don't deserve any rights, that you're not, deserved any rights under the Constitution because you're undocumented. And your story of hearing the fact that you had to be in a detention center for 3 days, even though you were a citizen, it's horrible. Some of these people are actually in detention centers for months, and they don't even have any assistance because they can't even afford it. My family is a true believer of like always helping people. I mean, I've always had people live in my house that I didn't even know. And I had one of my cousins. He's a family friend, but I consider him my family. He's he was in detention for months. He said that they would leave the lights on. They would put the air conditioning on so that they would freeze, and then they would give them like those little foil blankets. Yeah. And they would have to purchase food from a vending machine. Mind you, these are immigrant people who likely don't have dollars, and don't have the resources. So I think it's important as us, as members of our community, to like be informed and educate. Even sharing that story, like, maybe someone didn't even know that, hey, if someone's in the detention center and they take your family and you have papers, you could get a lawsuit. You could possibly, get a case and help resolve that. I mean, even the fact that a lot of people don't know, if ICE comes to your door and they do not have a warrant, you're not legally obligated to open that door. There's been many instances where people get deported because ICE knocks on their door, they open and they're like, we're here for you. And then you say, okay, come in. You come in. And they're like, well, who's that? Who's that? So you've already permitted them authority and access into your home. So then they can further investigate. So if they do not have a warrant that's signed by a judge, you are not obligated to open the door. So please remember that. I mean, we're Latinos, probably have family members who themselves are undocumented. And it's really important to know these things because, I mean, if you can prevent, having to break a family, it's incredibly traumatic, and how can we better educate? So I appreciate you sharing that story.
Yeah, of course. Not an easy one to tell, but it's a part of my journey, and definitely helped me grow and like come into terms with the person that I am, and where I come from, and who raised me, and I'm very grateful for everything that we've been through because it's made us stronger. So
that's what I was gonna say. Like, and it's telling to you're sharing all these things that you have done and you want to achieve and you have been achieving. Like, it's telling to the person that you are. Like, you can overcome like so much. Like, it takes a lot, and especially like at such a young age to take on like a younger sibling in a situation like that. Like, I feel like I was such a little idiot at 16 that I'm like, I don't know. A lot of situations I'm like, I hate knowing that I was such a little dumbass because I admire so much when people are put through situations that I'm like, whoa, like how would I have responded to that as a child? Because I mean, teenagers like to say, but you're 16, you're a kid, like you don't know anything out of like what's been happening to you like in your day to day. So that's really, really inspiring.
Yeah, I for sure was a dumbass at 16, but I stood out there for a little bit and kind of stared at my sister, and I was like, well, we're fucked, man. And then I was like, you know what, we should walk. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're going, but we're gonna walk and we're gonna find a phone.
Yeah.
And luckily we stumbled upon like a fast food joint, and like they let us borrow their cell phone, so that was cool. But yeah, I feel like these like experiences that kind of traumatized me a little bit kind of really pushed me into my personality of being like very giving to people. And that's why when people come to me and to Kandy Cocktails and ask me for advice, I always give people answers. Like I never turn people away. I'm never afraid of competition because in community there's always more to achieve as a community group than trying to do everything by yourself, And I feel like if more people want to be bartenders, that's amazing because that means, more people want to be connoisseurs, more people want to be educated, and more people want to drink some good tequila, and we get to support our farm workers out in Jalisco Tequila, and we are, pushing the plants over there, and so I think it's all full circle.
As a tequila drinker, do you think do you try to navigate more towards authentic tequila or?
Yes, for sure. And I really love working with brands that own their own plants. So they pretty much have like their own family rancho, and they grow their own plants and they distill everything themselves. And I feel like that's a new and upcoming trend right now where people out in tequila are now finally getting that opportunity to start their own businesses and expand for themselves versus working on conglomerate businesses and just working on the farms, and I feel like it's so much time has passed that people are actually able and have that generational knowledge to start their own businesses. And there's so many businesses right now that import, that support those plants and those family businesses out in Jalisco, and they also do a lot in Oaxaca, like for mezcal and stuff like that. And so I love working with brands like that.
What are some brands that like at the top of your head you can think of right now that you've been working with?
I've been really excited because I'm going to actually start working with Lalo. Mandala is a really big brand that I've been working with, who I love. They are also a family-owned business.
Awesome.
Aztec, Tesoro Azteca is another brand that I've been working with, and they're a woman-owned, family-owned business, and they also have their own plant in Jalisco. So I love working with them, and they're so inspiring, and they have a similar story to my like upbringing. So I really connect with them. I have worked with Los Altos Tequila. They're amazing, and we're gonna be doing an event with you guys.
We are gonna be having an event together with Kandy Cocktails next month. What day?
Yes, besties. So make sure you plug in with us. It'll be no. It'll be 2 classes, 1 day, March 24th. So mark your calendars. We're super excited. Let's drink. Let's make some cocktails. Let's get fucked up. Have a great time. Build community. Continue to empower one another. So this is like kind of our first meet and greet. So we're super excited.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. I'm nervous though because I think being in front of an audience takes real skill, and like especially you saying that you did speech and debate in college. I'm like, wow, that's like really cool because I start to stutter and then I'm like, okay, but I'm hoping the drinks are gonna chill me out a little bit.
Yeah, so we're gonna be making 3 margaritas, and we should probably decide on the flavors that we want to give to our students for that day. But I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna be your hype girl. I'm gonna.
We will not be teaching the class. We'll be getting taught by an expert.
We'll be
and
learning
pasting.
right there with you guys.
We'll be like the TAs, just walking around like, let me take a sip of that.
A little more, 3 more shots.
Yeah, 2 more shots of vodka, tequila. You know what? Maybe the besties, y'all could plug in kind of what are some drinks
Flavors
that
you guys
flavors
like.
that you guys would like us
Yeah,
to
what are your
possibly
guys'
have.
favorite flavors? Maybe I can start working on some syrups, some recipes.
Ooh, girl,
What is-
maracuya.
Maracuya,
If you do
I
something with
love.
maracuya, that's a seller for me and my
Okay.
man. Maracuya. Do you like maracuya?
I've never tried it.
Dude, it's
Is
the
it the one that has
best.
like a big seed?
Yeah,
Yes.
the black
Very
seeds.
spicy.
Passion fruit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Passion fruit.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually just did passion fruit.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a
we're gonna do it
bomb.
differently.
I'm a big cherry girl. Lately, I've been into cherries a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then when you said mango palomas, I was like, I'm sorry, mango anything to me is just king.
Yeah. Something really popular is our cucumber margaritas.
That's a good one. Always
Go
refreshing.
hard. Yeah, they're so fun to make. We do like smashes where you like you have all your tools in front of you, and we like teach you how to smash your ingredients together, and it's really interactive, super fun. What else is another really popular?
I'm like, so don't be judging us if
Yeah.
like you're sipping on your straw and you're choking out a piece of that was your fault. You should have done a better job at cutting.
Honestly, I love fruit. I love strawberries.
Sandia. bomb.
Sandia, yeah.
I guess it's
Tamarindo.
not-
Have you guys done that
tamarindo.
tamarindo?
We have.
Ooh,
Tamarindo's
tamarindo's
bomb.
fire.
Yeah.
Low key.
Elderberry. I kind of do like elderberry because it's purple. It's like cute, you know.
Yeah.
Like just because I'm all about like an aesthetic. You know, when I go to a restaurant, I'll be like, look, I ask 2 questions. What drink do you recommend? And is it pretty? That's my follow-up. Like straight up, because I'm like, I want to take a picture of my drink. Like, I'm a sucker if a drink has an orchid because it's my favorite flower. So I'm like,
Yes.
all right, so I don't give a fuck if it's gin, vodka, ashes, burnt, whatever. Like, as long as it looks cute, I'm good with it. But our drinks will be especially made with lots of love, and they'll be really tasty.
Yeah. And lots and lots and lots of love. I'm
Yeah.
gonna feel like the dad from the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Sugar.
is spice.
Hey, I love that.
Yeah, but we're super excited, so don't miss out, bestie. We will have all the information linked below, so get your tickets before it sells out because it does sell out, correct?
Yeah, we sell out literally within the 2 weeks of announcing our tickets.
Oh
There
my
you go.
God. Yeah, so y'all better tune in with us because we're going to be having a motherfucking ball. And if you're that second class and we're slurring our words, you need to mind your business and pay for the course, not for us.
I wanted to ask, do you go out to like Tequila and places like that to kind of connect with the brands that you work with?
Well, I have not. I am a mom, so it's kind of hard for me to like explore and travel a bit, but I do have really good connections and relationships with people through the power of the internet. And I do talk to a lot of brands that reach out to me. Honestly, I don't really do a lot of the outreach because I feel like if it's meant to be, they're going to find me. And so I've really been throwing that into the universe. And I'm like, whoever wants to work with me will find me. And the brands that have worked with me in the past, they've been so good to me and so giving and really empower me. And they really educate me about their spirits. And because I am a self-taught mixologist, and I am very upfront with everybody about that, they take the time to teach me things. I love that. And that's like honestly how I've been learning so much, is because I really put myself in a place where I allow myself to be taught. I don't feel like I am an expert. I always feel like there's room to grow and there's room for me to learn. And I feel like that's why a lot of opportunities have been coming my way.
Cool. Yeah, because I think when you're kind of in a space of learning, when you're trying to be an expert at, the career path you're choosing to take, you kind of want to feel like you have that credibility, but also be like, but I still kind of need help, so please help me.
Yeah.
And it's hard to kind of be upfront about that because, it's kind of like fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
But you're taking a really cool approach of like, no, like, I know, but I don't know everything, so, what else do you have to
teach me
offer?
your ways. These people are like making the tequila themselves, so it's like
they know their shit.
They're subject matter experts.
Yeah.
And I've always heard the smartest person in the room is the one who asks the most questions.
Yeah.
Because if you don't ask questions, you're stuck with the limited knowledge that you know. So I need to do a better job of asking questions.
I live like because I'm very back and forth from Mexico and here, so I live like an hour from Tequila, and I've never been.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like
I've
never.
heard some good things about. We want to take a trip. We want to take a company trip. Take all the girls. We've been talking about it. We just got back from New York. We did go to New York for a big convention to display our company and to like put our name out there in New York. We have a lot of followers out there. So we went, and me and Vivi actually went to a thrift shop in New York, and we got recognized.
Oh,
yeah, in the middle of it. And my hair, I was all greñuda. I was like, girl, you want a picture now? She was like, yeah, picture. I love
It's always
you.
the worst moments.
Yeah, she was actually so sweet. She was from Arizona, and she took 2 of my classes in California. So she traveled out to come see me.
Wow.
And then coincidentally, I saw her in New York, and she's like, what the hell? And I was like, dude, what the heck? Like, I instantly recognized her too, because my classes are so intimate, and I really get to know my students. So when I saw her, I was like, what the hell are you doing here? And she was like, did you know that I'm from Arizona actually? And I was like, I did not know that. And it was just, I'm gonna die with that experience. That was really cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a seller. So y'all already know we're gonna build community. Bitches coming from Arizona. They're flying we might have a class in New York next. I mean, we're open to traveling too.
No, that's insane. The world is so small. Genuinely, I am always shocked to my core of how coincident. Like, do you guys believe in coincidences?
Yeah,
some people don't.
I do.
I've been tripping. I went to Texas. Literally, I came back last night. To help my brother out because he's opening up a restaurant. And I was like in the cash register, and this guy walks in. He's like, "Are you Stephanie?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "From Besties?" And I was like, "No fucking way. I'm in the middle of the country." And like, like they haven't had a lot of business because they haven't done a grand opening. It's just more of like, hey, we're open, like come in if you want. So the fact that like even one person in Austin recognizing me was like for real, me?
Yeah.
Little old me?
No, they came to see her. They came to see her.
Yeah, it was a trip. I was tripping out because coincidences like that are my favorite, because I feel like when you connect with people like that, it's almost like you met in a past life and you're just kind of like saying hello again.
Yeah, crossing paths.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're trying to do this new thing where we start off the show with an affirmation. We totally forgot to do that. But with what you said, I feel like that is the affirmation. Like, what's meant for me will find me, but I'm going to open myself up to all the opportunities. So what's meant for me will find me. I'll open myself up to those opportunities, because I think at times, like you said, you have to be open. Not only just, being receptive, but like, whatever comes to me, I will allow the universe to like bring it forth, you know?
Yeah.
So I totally am a believer in that. That's why I don't be lying anymore, because low-key, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I swear to God, I'm a witch. Whoa, I don't want to say that too, because what if it's real? But let me tell you, I just parked the fucking car, right? I just parked the car, and I had my lashes. I didn't put on my lashes. I didn't put them on in here. And I have my 2 lashes. I just threw them in. I usually put them like in a little pack, because I'm like, I don't want to get them lost. You know, your lashes get fucked up real quick. Anyways, you have the long, gorgeous lashes, so you probably don't understand what I'm saying. But so I had my lashes in there. I had like my bag full of shit, and I'm like, damn. I was just thinking. I just hung up the call. I parked, and I was like, damn. If I lost my lash, like I'll be fucked. You know, I wouldn't have anything to do. I come here. I sit down. I start opening my bag. I have 1 lash, and I'm like, I just thought this in my brain, like, this cannot be real. And I'm like, I gotta go. So I'm like taking the light. No, thank God it was on my seat. But I'm like, how the fuck could that happen? And I literally just said in my brain, like, don't let me, if I lose a lash, like, I'm fucked. And there I was about to lose a lash and be fucked.
No, the universe listens, because we went to Big Bear for a brand trip, and we were like outside smoking, and I was like, bro, I lost my headphones. And I literally was like, God, please, I will go to church, like, if you give me my headphones back. I literally found them in the most random spot in the world, and I was like, I gotta go now.
So did you go to church?
I haven't gone. I didn't say when.
Okay.
I didn't say when, but I'm gonna go. I've been wanting to go.
Okay. Well, now you gotta go, because you already told God.
No, I know, and she's gonna be mad, but I'm gonna go. Like, I'm gonna go. I don't know when I'm gonna go though.
Hey, when is your time? I feel you. That's how every time I feel. I lost my necklace, and my grandma taught me this thing. I'm like, I don't know if this shit's fucking some devil shit or what. Because Catholic people, they say whatever is not like God is, the other world. But she's this thing. I can't remember like the saying, but it's like, Santo Simón something, like, si me ayudas a encontrar la cosa, te bailo una canción. Aww. And so I was like literally like, oh, remember I couldn't find my necklace, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, it's probably just in myself. I just couldn't find it, So I'm like, I'm not gonna think about it, but I said that in my mind, And then I'm going home. I'm like changing, unpacking my shit, and I find it. I'm like, oh my God! I start putting the song, I'm dancing. Brian's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I gotta. The minute 37 said, let me go ahead and give this man a show, because I'm like, I need to thank him, because what if I need this later,
That is so sweet.
Yeah.
That mentality of kind of like what's meant for me will come to me. When do you feel like you kind of adapted into that? Was it because of Kandy Cocktails, or you already kind of had that in you? I'm so sorry. I just like think of these questions and I'm like, especially like as because your story is so inspiring that I'm like, how do I adapt this? How do I convince myself that? Because I feel like that mentality is really hard for me to be like, I always question it, like, is it meant for me? Yeah. Like, how do I convince myself that this is true and this is what is meant for me without kind of having that doubt in myself?
Yeah, I feel like just my life circumstances, I've always just kind of had that mentality because I've seen my mom have that mentality. And so I just kind of put it into fruition. I was like, whatever opportunities come my way, I'm going to say yes. Unless it's a shit show, I'm going to say no. And I always say yes to things. Like, I'm really good at adapting. I'm really good at changing just like my circumstances and adapting myself to new environments in order to just like make shit work for myself, honestly. And I'm pretty optimistic. I feel like even in the shittiest experiences of my life, I'm like, you know what? Like, this is going to work out because it has to work out. If it doesn't work out, I'm fucked. And I don't like to be fucked. So I'm gonna play it cool until it works out. And I feel like because of that, because I've been like honing myself into that like mentality since I was so little, it's just who I am now. Yeah. And things just happen to me, and and I just kind of go with it. I go with the flow. I don't really like to like. That's when you ask me, what are you going to do with the business in 5 years? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm living in tomorrow. I'm living in today. I'm really passionate about the brand, and I'm really passionate about my community right now. And whatever comes my way in that time, I will be ready with those answers at that right time. And I feel like that time is not right now. So I'm not going to worry about it. That way I'm like present, and I'm able to give my current state of mind 100%. It's all about mentality. Yeah, it's like where you position yourself, you know, you can be a pessimist, you could be an optimist, but you know, it's all about like how you train yourself. Yeah. And I feel like good things always happen to people. And if you don't dwell on the bad things, technically they didn't happen. Yeah. Like, fuck it.
Yeah. Okay, I will definitely try that. But I'm more of a pessimist. I'm not gonna lie, but I think I'm entering a new era where I'm trying to like really take from people that just like you said, like see the optimism in life because it's not always easy.
Yeah.
So really kind of understanding of like, okay, how can I learn from their experience even though it has nothing to do with mine?
Yeah. I think you really have to give and take from people that you
cross paths with.
Yeah.
I feel like Sally sells seashells like seashore.
Yeah.
And I have to do that twice.
Yeah, I feel like you really have to give and take from the experiences that you share with other people because there's definitely so much to learn when you share stories and you share time, and it's really important to give yourself that grace when things are not going your way because it's like stepping stones.
Yeah.
You know, it's a part of your journey, and it's just the way you position yourself in your life is going to really dictate how you are going to set yourself up for in the future.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's so easy to like be pessimistic about like your circumstances at that moment, but there's so many beautiful things in your life. So if you can like step back and just kind of look at those other things and what's really going for you other than like all the shitty stuff that's going on, it really moves you. Yeah. And I think that's really fucking hard to train your brain to do because you're like, fuck, I hate this right now. What the hell is happening? But it's like, shit, like I can't do anything to control it. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna ride the wave.
Yeah. I think right now with that, I the way I've been handling it is I saw on TikTok someone say like, oh, you know, if I give you a math problem, like 2 + 2, like you can do it in your head, no problem. But if I give you like a long division, like you're gonna need pen and paper and you're gonna write it out because there's just no way your brain is gonna be able to do that. And it's the same with like your life and your problems. Like there's no way you're gonna be able to solve them unless you have them like kind of laid out to you. And I think that's what's been really, really helping me. Just kind of stepping out of like my own perception and being like, okay, if this wasn't me going through it, if it was a friend, like how would I help them or how would I tell them? Or if I'm saying something unkind to myself, I'm like, well, I wouldn't say this to my mom or like my siblings or my best friend. Like, so why is it okay for me to say it to myself kind of mentality? And honestly, it's been really, really helping. Yeah. And also kind of having people like Isis call me out, you know, because I'm not confrontational. And the other day she was like, this is not benefiting you. And I was like, fuck, no one's really ever told me that. Like, kind of just straight up of like cut the shit.
Yeah.
So
I'm not confrontational at all either. It's so hard for me to have like those awkward conversations.
I feel like it's a Taurus woman though, because my best friends are also Taurus, and those women are not confrontational.
Yeah,
very passive.
I'm so passive. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's it.
Figure it out, please, so I don't have to tell you, and then you bring it up to me.
Yeah, exactly.
that's why I need a bitch like me.
Yeah,
to just bring it in. But you know what? I feel like I was never a pessimist. I was never optimistic. I was always cynical. I was always cynical. I would say I was realistically cynical. So I'm like, look, I could do this shit, but the probability of it being a failure, I mean, it's there. So like I operated knowing like it could not work out for me, but I was gonna do it either way. And now I feel like I was then realistic, and now I'm trying to be optimistic because like I said, there's just been things that I literally speak and it happens right then and there that I'm like, I can no longer throw into the universe any negativity that will then come and like, you know, affect me. Like I cannot do that. I can't even think that. I can't. And I was literally thinking like 2 weeks ago or like a week ago, I was just like, you know what? I'm so grateful for my life. Everything that I've ever wanted, I've been able to achieve. And it's come with hardship. It's come with adversity. I also came from a single mother. You know, I was a single mother, 4 daughters. Like I came from low income. So it's just like I had to face a lot of adversity. And I do believe that it shaped and molded me. And then when I look back today, because I feel like sometimes it's so easy for us to look at other people's successes and to think our successes are not enough.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't do that. I never did that, and I continue to do that now because now I'm in spaces with people who are doing a lot more than me. You know, they're deputy directors, they're politicians, they're da-da-da-da. And it's just like you sit back and learn. But what I've learned from my experience when I did work with politicians, that person was somebody who used to also live in a trailer home, you know, who used to not be able to afford their home. Thanks to the trajectory of their life and circumstances, they've been able to now place themselves here. But a lot of people start from nowhere, you know, and I think we have to be proud of where we're coming from. Not trying to compare ourselves to children of billionaires, because that wasn't our starting point.
Yeah.
But look at where we were on our day one on our path, you know, because why would I compare myself to someone like a Kylie Jenner? That would be a disservice to me.
And I think too it has to do a lot with gratitude from what I'm like hearing from you. It's just gratitude to the life that you do have and the things that you do have present, because I think when you kind of lose sight of that, you're like, it's like you said, like it's doing a disservice to the only life you're gonna get. And if you're just sitting there and complaining instead of just, like you said, like just being grateful for like, okay, what are the good things? Like it's hard to be grateful, but I feel guilt extremely hard. So when I realized like I was being ungrateful to my life, I was like, no, don't do that. Like cut it out. And it's really, really difficult in every aspect. Because right now I'm trying to convince my goddaughter to love her body.
I love that.
Yeah, but it's hard, and it's hard for her. And that's when I was like,
and you had to set the example for her.
Yeah, and even that, you know, like it's just being like, okay, I'm grateful for the body that I have, that I can move, that I can do this. I even saw a clip of a podcast where it was like human and animal, you know, if you choose to not be vegan, like you have to be grateful for the animal that gave up its life to nurture you and to feed you. And that's going to help your body kind of because this is true. If you eat your food in a bad mood, it literally does harm to your body. You want to sit, and I'm very passionate about food. I love, you said that you love the kitchen, because I love the kitchen right now, and I'm like really into it. So I'm trying to be so grateful for like the simplest things. Like in the morning, or yesterday I went to brunch with my sister-in-law, and I was like, okay, you know, we're eating meat, like let's really, really think about the cow that gave up its life, and now we're, you know, kind of taking in the nutrients, that it gave for us. So I feel like gratitude has a lot to play in that, for sure.
And humility. I feel like I hear in your story a lot of humility, you know, and I think it does take humility to really, again, appreciate kind of where you're from.
Yeah.
And I love that you rep the IE so hard.
I love the IE. I was born and raised in Riverside.
Yeah.
So I love the IE. Most of my family lives in either Riverside, San Bernardino.
The Dino.
San Bernardino. And I love it. It's a beautiful community here.
Yeah.
I feel like so many people have been moving here recently, and we're growing so much from when I was little. I actually grew up in Mead Valley, so that's a little closer to Paris. I grew up on a rancho with horses and cows, goats and chickens. It was fun until I had to shovel horse shit every weekend. Like, that shit was awful. I love the rancho life, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you slaughter, like, any chickens?
Yes, of course. My parents are, my parents are true believers in, like, making their food.
I love
they
that.
killed, like, they would, you know, kill their own animals, and then we would like stock up on meat, and then throughout the year we would eat that. And so they were very against, like, we pesticides and like you know,
eating clean, non-GMO.
Yes. So we had our own, like, a gallinera, so we would eat all of our own eggs. You know, we would do like pajaretes. You guys know what pajaretes is?
Okay. Oh, I think that's a
so if
Mexican thing.
Yeah, so pajaretes, so when you have a chiva, and you put some tequila inside of this little cantarito, and then you milk the chiva, and it's kind of like, a goat, and it's like an alcoholic chocolate milk. Yeah, and it's so bomb. But you will get mad chorro after if you've never had it before. I'm not kidding, because it's so fresh. You're literally like, they actually put the tequila in there to kill all the bacteria. But you still get a little bit of a buzz, but it's really like you're getting all of the fresh nutrients from the goat. So it's like a really like a Mexican experience.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure they do it everywhere, but you know, my family's from Mexico, so
it's not for me personally.
It's
Every time I'm like,
I love it.
I'm like the chorro. I'm like only if I have a busy day and I need to like lose it.
No, it's so good, and it's such a unique experience to like wake up early like at 6 o'clock
because it's a madrugada thing. Like you gotta really like wake up early and then kind of like rise with the sun and take it.
You rise with the sun and you drink your goat milk with your family. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like that is Mexican because I feel like I've never heard that in my life.
I know Mexicans will have any excuse.
I'm like to drink. Low key. One of my homegirls, she's like, her boyfriend. They have, I guess towns do like a bunch of like parades and celebrations.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is this bitch drinking like straight from the bottle at 7:11 a.m.? Like I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. But I'm like. So it's any time. What do they say? It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
And in Mexico, I guess it's any time of the day.
Yeah. Las fiestas de rancho. Are you from what part of Jalisco are you from?
My mom is from a small rancho called La Estancia de Landeros. But for the most part, she grew up really close to Puerto Vallarta. It's not that far, but it's like up in the cerros.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my dad is from Puebla, and so he is. Very cultured in that aspect, and but I grew up with my mom's family, so I have been to so many parts of Jalisco. I love the rancho, and I really, really identify with that part of my life. Yeah.
I love that. Puerto Vallarta is like my favorite place in the entire
It's so
universe.
beautiful. Yeah. I love the cerros up in Puerto Vallarta.
Yes, that's what I tell everyone about. Because obviously Cancun has the nicest beaches, but I'm like, I would not like if I had to pick. I'll always go to Puerto Vallarta because it has the beach and it has the mountain ranges.
Yeah, the mountain ranges are beautiful.
So beautiful.
The mountains are really beautiful. I went last year to Puerto Vallarta and it was
you
really
guys
beautiful.
did.
Yeah.
I had
you
so
didn't make
much
it.
FOMO, bro.
Yeah.
That was crazy. The amount of FOMO I had for that trip.
Well, she was invited. She just didn't pull up. That's not her.
I can't remember why I didn't go.
I think you already. I think it was Sonia's birthday. I think that's what you had said.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
But I practically live in Puerto Vallarta too.
I love that.
Yeah, well, I'm from Nayarit, so it's like right
so
up the
close.
coast.
Yeah. Nayarit is beautiful.
I know, I love it. It's probably like my favorite. I mean, I used to be more, but for like 3 years I was like half of the month. For 2 weeks I'd be here and 2 weeks I'd be over there.
What? Wow.
Yeah, so it was nice. I love it there. Like literally, like you said, like it's literally my home.
Where is your family from?
I'm from Honduras. Yeah.
From Honduras.
Yeah,
wow.
from Honduras. Yeah. So Central American.
Love that. My dad has a lot of friends from
Honduras.
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
They are funny,
they
loud.
jokes. Yeah, they like to do with carrilla, lots of carrilla.
Yes.
I swear in Honduras, all they do is like want to roast and talk shit. I mean, I think all Latinos are like that. You feel me? But yeah.
No, but I definitely think like Central America, because even like Colombians, they be fucking roasting you, especially like because one of my best friends is Colombian, so when I would go to like their gatherings, like obviously I'm the oddball out there, so they'd always like
crack a Mexican joke, huh?
Yeah. It's like endearment though. It's like, carrilla, but good carrilla.
Yeah. And you know who doesn't like to talk shit? Talk a little shit. You feel me? I feel like that's like Latino embedded. You get me? Like you gotta have a little talk shit. Like if you had a moco, like ay los moquitos, venga los moquitos. You know, like that's just how it is. Yeah.
I think we have to find a way to incorporate some Honduran into your drinks for
maracuya is like super hondureño. Like we always drink maracuya. So
I'm gonna make that syrup. I'm gonna make it happen. Yeah.
And if my man's on show, I'm gonna tell him like, it was so good. It was too good. Yeah, I love maracuya.
Your classes are open to everyone though, right?
They're
like a
open
monthly.
To everyone. So I host my classes every Saturday and Sunday.
Every Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah,
ooh,
and
girl.
so everybody is welcome to come. You don't have to have any experience whatsoever. It's literally like a social experience, kind of like a party. And you do have to be 21 or older. And don't bring your sister's fake ID.
Hey, clearly it's been tried.
No, so we do our classes every Saturday and Sunday, and I do 2 classes a day. And then I actually just got a partnership. So I used to have that small little room where I started. It was like I would only teach 6 people at a time. But I just got a partnership with a new bar in downtown Riverside. Beautiful bar. It's Killer Queens. Killer Queens is my new business partner, and so all of my classes are going to be hosted in there. It's really cool because they have an amazing chef, and so we are really trying to keep our tickets accessible to everybody. So some of that profit that I'm getting, I'm also investing it back into the chef because I love the chef and he makes amazing food. So now all of the experiences include tapas. So you get to eat his food, and you get to make your 3 cocktails with us. So it's like a whole experience. It's like a really
like a
That's a
cuisine
2-for-1.
kinda.
yeah, it's an immersive cuisine cocktail experience where you just like get to eat, you get to party. It's like, I like to say classes because you're learning something, but it's really like a party, you know, where you just
kickback.
like,
It's a kickback.
yeah, it's a kickback where you get to like learn everything. Everything is included. Like our bars are so beautiful. We like set them up and we have like your stations for you. So you're like standing next to people that you might not know, or like a lot of people come in like groups of friends, and it's like a whole experience, honestly.
That's so excited.
I'm honestly so excited. Okay, now that we're gonna go to your classes, I have a question. What do you think your cocktail says about you? My cocktail of choice, when I'm trying to have a good time, is an adios.
Oh, girl, that's not a cocktail. That is just a fucking mix of chemicals. Honestly, I've only ever drank adios once, but I genuinely think that if you order an adios, you're just there to get fucked up.
Right.
Literally 2 adioses and you're gone.
Adios,
like, who is she? She's over there dancing on people she doesn't even know.
What do adioses even have in them?
They're literally just like sugar. It's like pineapple juice, blue curacao, tequila. Sometimes they'll even add vodka. So you're like cross mixing alcohols too. So they get you fucked up.
Oh my God. So basically, if you're drinking adios, it means you don't really love yourself. You're going through something really hard, and you're also broke but on a budget. So you're trying to maximize what you have. So that's adios drinkers. All right. What about old fashioned drinkers? What does that say about them? Someone orders an old fashioned.
You're a man.
You're a man. You like finer things. You have very acquired taste. Whiskey's fucking nasty. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like whiskey, but it's smooth. It's smooth on the palate if you have that acquired taste. Yeah.
It looks cool too.
Yeah, it looks cool.
You know, I like, you know, my ex used to, every restaurant we ever went to, he always order an old fashioned, and he'd be like, oh, it's to compare. I don't think he ever knew the differences.
Yeah.
Like, he always like would hold it and kind of do this with the cup. Hold it back and forth.
Right. So then if you order an old fashioned, you're pretentious.
Yeah.
But you may have a little sophistication. You have an acquired taste.
You're trying to learn. You're trying to ease into whiskey, I would say.
Yeah. I can handle whiskey in a sour, like a whiskey.
Love whiskey sour, but like an
so
authentic with like egg. What is
The
it? Egg
egg
white.
whites, yes.
Oh, so delicious.
Yes, I love when people do like flavored whiskey sours where it's like really light on a sweetness. So you kind of get like, if you're a fruity bitch, you can get, you know, a little bit of that sweetness, but you know, you still have that whiskey like taste. Like, so it's like a little bit tangy. And I love the foam heads. It's so like smooth, and I love that. Yeah.
Oh, what about an espresso martini?
Okay.
You just listen. I fuck with espresso martinis hard, and they look so cute aesthetically. Like, I really sit at a restaurant and I'm like, just sipping,
girl.
and especially when you're out and you're kind of not feeling super energetic. I feel like it's the perfect just pick me up for the night.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's smooth. I feel like you're drinking coffee, so if you're a coffee lover, you know, that's easy to take down, and they're always a little bit tart but sweet, so it's like easy on the palate too. And they are so cute with the little like coffee beans on the top, like so cute.
That's so cute. Wow.
Question: what's an amaretto sour? Because that's Vanessa's drink of choice, and I just tried it not too long ago, and it's delicious.
Okay, so I love amaretto sours too.
Amaretto
so
sours.
It's kind of like a whiskey sour, but you're using amaretto. I think amaretto is like a cherry whiskey, or
Okay.
I'm not
You're
actually.
in your cherry kick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cherry.
yeah. Because when I
They
had it,
look-
I was like, why do I just keep watching you order these and never order one for myself?
What is Armoretto? Can I look that
Yeah,
up?
go ahead. Yeah, because every single time we go out, she always orders them.
Damn, I need to know this. So, okay, so who are you if you're an espresso martini, though? What kind of girl are you?
You're just kind of on a girl's night out, or you're like on date night. You're not trying to drink too much, but you're kind of, want to relax a little bit, just kind of sip on your drink kind of girl. You're very chic, I would say. But I think, honestly, espresso martinis are for anyone because they're just so unbelievably delicious. I feel like it's one of those alcoholic beverages, kind of like palomas, like, they're good no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so an Armoretto, the liquor, is made from apricot. So it has bitter almonds, peach stones, and so it has 21 to 28% of an alcohol volume. So it's not even a whiskey, honestly. Like, far from that. And it's delicious though.
Yeah.
They're so sweet. It honestly gives me like cherry vibes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just fruity.
It's so bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Really,
Fruity.
really good. Definitely.
So, what is that called?
Armoretto. And then
So-
they make a cocktail Armoretto sour.
Alright, so if you're amaretto, you're on that exclusive shit.
you know your shit a little bit.
Mm-hmm, and you like you don't want to be like everybody else, but you're like, you know what? Let me show you a little something.
Let me put you on.
And how about Cosmos?
Cosmos.
You're insane.
Yeah. Cosmos, you're just ready to get fucked up. It's straight to the point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink a Cosmo. I'm a margarita girl.
Okay.
I love a sweet margarita.
Shaken or blended?
Shaken.
Okay.
I like shaken.
Yeah.
I like on the rocks. And I don't like carbonation. So I like a straight classic margarita.
Like lime and everything, like flavor wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Like a classic margarita with lime. You can really taste the tequila. It's like tequila forward, so you can like taste those notes still. A little bit of salt. Just like a classic,
Yeah.
classic margarita.
You know what? I'm such a whore for Cadillac margaritas.
Oh, Cadillac margaritas
They
are
are.
bomb.
What is a Cadillac
elite.
margarita?
They have Grand Marnier.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, and then a little bit, I think, of orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it just like a regular margarita with a little,
A little touch
yeah,
of...
just a little splash of Grand Marnier and orange. But dude, it's so delicious.
Ooh,
and with
that
those
sounds
two, I feel like, you've never had a Cadillac margarita. Let me order you one real quick. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, no, like I said, I just asked for something with tequila. That's it. When I go to the bar, I'm like, something with tequila.
Yeah, make
Pineapple.
it sweet, please.
Yeah, I'm like pineapple, and then like what I would like to add, I'm like, oh, can you add some cherry, like some pineapple and cherry? Tequila is so fire. I don't know if that's a tequila sunrise. Is that what that is?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
tequila sunrise is orange juice, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so I do with pineapple and cherries, and that shit's, oh my god,
What
it's
about
fire.
Buchanans? Did you guys ever go through that phase? Of
I
like,
did.
I'm gonna drink Buchanans with my girlfriends this weekend. No?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like
gonna be
that's
some
also a
shit. Yeah, I'm like,
Mexican
that's some
shit.
straight Mexican shit. I'm gonna be honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was like this huge time in like 2010 when I don't even remember. I probably wasn't even 21 yet. But it was like you would get a Buchanan's bottle and you would take off the little sticker and then like put it on your phone.
Oh,
like the little
yeah.
you're like, yeah, I'm a drinker. I drink Buchanan's.
The little red stamp.
Yeah, the stamp. Yeah, the wax stamp that they would put
Oh
on.
my god! I used to steal my dad's Buchanans because my dad would never drink, but he would always have drinks at the house for his brothers.
Oh, okay.
And my uncles only ever drank Buchanans because
Buchanans.
they're addicted to cards, and when they would get together, they'd bring out the Buchanans bottles. And then I would always stress because they have like a tapon, so I couldn't refill those.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I never got caught. Like I would just kind of put them back. But the Buchanans were for sure like my high school kind of
Yeah, I feel
drink.
like it was very much a high school thing.
Yeah,
for a
or
lot
when
of
I started
people.
going clubbing in Mexico.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, no, yeah. But they're disgusting. Truthfully, I think they're so horrible.
Yeah, they're...
Pineapple Buchanas is good. The thing that Saul has like a pineapple Bucana. That's,
I've never tried that
it's
before.
really good.
Do you want to
They
try
make-
it right
Do you wanna
now?
try it?
Would you be down?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Soul.
Do we still have pineapple Bucanas? Can you bring us 3 shots?
Ay, pásame la juca. No.
No,
I
it's just a try.
know, sorry.
This is
It's just a try.
for-
It's just a try.
Yeah, no, yesterday we did a celebration at partner bar, Killer Queens, and we got so lit. And I was like, "What botella are we gonna get? I want a Bucanas." And they're like, "Okay, saca la botella."
Oh
So
my God.
like we got fucked up off Bucanas.
They brought us like 5 bottles. We only drank like 1 bottle.
Oh my God. They were turning up a chong.
You guys
Are these
gonna
good?
love it there.
I'm super excited. Oh, they have 3 of those. Okay. All right. I think there's a third one of that. Do you want to just do it so we all have the same one? Behind you.
Soul has the
Oh, okay,
third
okay,
one, yeah.
okay. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to drink because I'm running another half marathon on Sunday, but
Oh shit.
no, the half is I'm doing another one.
Curio.
But it's just one shot, you know what I mean?
Yes.
We're all like,
That's my favorite. Pineapple is way better.
This
than
one's so
pineapple.
good.
I didn't know that they made flavors.
It's way better.
Hey, sir,
What?
if we're drinking Bucanas, that means you're super fucking Mexican, you're going through phases, and you're just trying to prove that you're hella Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But it's a little bit more tropical.
But the, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna go to the Pedregal.
There you go. What is that thing in Pico Rivera?
oh, Picolandia?
Picolandia, yeah.
Yeah.
You be going to Picolandia on the weekends.
Yeah, seriously.
Or you go to like rodeos and like, because I feel like there's a lot of festivals with just like very Mexican culture of kind of just going and dancing. And everyone always has a shout out to the bitches that could dance with a Bucanas bottle on their head. That is
Yeah.
so, I love when
What?
bitches do that.
Like
crazy.
Like dancing crazy?
Yeah, on their head, they just balance it.
Hey, and if
They
you're
know
doing
how to
that,
party.
you're a bad bitch.
Yeah, zapateando with a bucana on your head, you're a bad fucking bitch.
Damn. Hey, shout
All
out
right,
to those.
cheers. Thank you so much for coming
Yes.
on. We're so excited for this.
Cheers to Kandy Cocktails. Cheers.
And to its growth,
Yes.
and to I Am Bestie's growth, and all the good
Yes.
things that we are going to be open and have the headspace for this year.
Amen. So
cheers
cheers out
to
on
that,
March
besties.
24th.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Right, it's good.
Oh, it's not.
No.
I'm
It's
not.
good.
I think that's really good.
Does it taste like pineapple? Is it sweet?
Yeah, it
or
tastes
is
like
wanna try it?
Little.
I left a little bit. It's good. It's better than
I'm sorry.
when you
That's true. And I'm such a lightweight. I don't like
I know, we were like going around with the bottle of Bucanas. We're like, it was so much fun. They had a banda, one banda and one grupo.
I've been really in the mood to kind of go and chill somewhere, but I don't have a big enough group of friends right now to kind of like get a big ass banda to just chill and because I'm trying not to drink, but I've been in that mood of like I really want kind of that like amanecer, kind of vibe. Like I've been really on that lately.
It's so beautiful to have those experiences with your friends or with your family.
Yeah.
It's the best type of vibe.
I haven't had it in a long time, but I think it's too because I've been so close to drinking that I'm like, I feel like me myself, I'm like really looking at it in a negative way where I'm like, no, I don't want to do that anymore because I had a lot of fun drinking when I was drinking.
Yeah.
But I'm a smoker now too, so I feel like that has a lot in play. Well, thank you so much, besties, for watching. Please check out our event. We are so excited. All the information is going to be linked below. Do you want to plug in anything, of your own, any projects that you're kind of...
Yeah, so all of my classes are going to now be at Killer Queens. So if you know me from any of my last classes, I sadly don't have my small little studio anymore. My business is growing, so I will be moving to Killer Queens, an amazing bar, amazing food lounge. I love it there, and a special shout out to my business partner, Luis.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, besties. You can find me at Steph's Got Milk on all platforms.
You can find me all things ISIS on all platforms.
And don't forget to like and subscribe so we can continue to give you guys amazing content every week. We love you so much and we appreciate you guys so much. So see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.